We're going to make our country better than it ever has been. And I said that many people have told me that God spared my life for a reason.
Breaking news in the race for the White House. Our 45th president, Donald Trump, will become our 47th president after winning Pennsylvania in the race for the White House.
Trump addressing supporters around 2:30 this morning in Florida, as you heard. He also talked about the assassination attempt on his life that happened right here in our area in Butler County over the summertime. Trump now has more than 270 electoral votes needed to win back the White House. The state of Wisconsin was the latest to call, another state like Pennsylvania that Trump lost to President Joe Biden back in 2020, but has now flipped back to a Republican state in this presidential race.
Extensive coverage of President-elect Trump's win and election races throughout the morning, and we begin with that race to the White House and Donald Trump winning the presidency for a second time. Westmoreland Bureau reporter Ava Rash kicks off our coverage.
Yeah, good morning to you guys. We just learned really within the past 20 minutes that Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United States after he won Wisconsin. That means that he cleared the 270 electoral votes needed to get the win this morning. Now, earlier this morning, he addressed supporters from Florida. Take a listen to what he had to say.
This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have. This is a magnificent victory for the American people that will allow us to make America great again.
Trump saying it's time to unite and that success is going to bring Americans together. Trump narrowly won Wisconsin in 2016, the first Republican to do so since Ronald Reagan. In 2020, though, Trump lost the state to President Joe Biden. Now, here in Pennsylvania, Trump received almost 51% of the votes. Winning Pennsylvania was huge for the Trump campaign. The Associated Press says Trump cut into Kamala Harris's margins in Philadelphia and its suburbs. He also expanded his share of the votes compared to his performance against Biden 4 years ago. Now, during his speech, Trump also talked about what he plans to do during his presidency, which includes working to make the border safe.
We're going to have to seal up those borders, and we're going to have to let people come into our country. We want people to come back in, but we have to let them come back in, but they have to come in legally. They have to come in legally.
And of course, we'll keep you updated on this developing situation. But for now, reporting live in Unity Township, Ava Rash, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Okay, Ava, now to some bigger races closer to home, including Pennsylvania's U.S. Senate race. The race still has not been called yet. Results, though, currently show Republican Dave McCormick with an edge over Democratic incumbent Senator Bob Casey.
And Pittsburgh's Action News 4 reporter Lily Coleman joins us live from Mount Washington with reaction from the McCormick and Casey campaigns.
Edge is exactly right. Good morning to you both. Good morning to you all. You know, around 70,000 votes. That's all that separates these two candidates this morning. That is about a 1% difference. Now, as Pennsylvania was called for Donald Trump, Wisconsin, ultimately the race for the White House called for President Trump. All eyes now on this Senate race between Democratic incumbent Bob Casey and Republican challenger Dave McCormick.
We can look forward. We can have an America that works for everybody. It starts now. It starts with this election. It starts right here in Pennsylvania.
Dave McCormick addressing his supporters earlier this morning at the Fairmont in downtown Pittsburgh. The energy high inside of that room and excitement in the air among those supporters. While McCormick was quick to point out that this was not a victory speech, he says he's hopeful, adding that he believes the race is heading, quote, in a very good direction. Now, that hope a bit less evident in Scranton overnight, where Bob Casey and his supporters were gathering as results came in. Casey did not give a speech. Instead, the city's mayor came out and told everyone who remained in the crowd to go home for the night because the race was just simply too close to call.
Well, it's been a long campaign and some long days of door knocking. Tonight is a long night, and I think we've got another long day ahead of us tomorrow. We are confident that when all the votes are counted, Senator Casey is going to be back in D.C. fighting for us.
And while we've not heard directly from Bob Casey, his campaign did release a statement overnight. The statement coming in just after 1 this morning. It says, quote, "We have confidence in our path to victory, and we are going to make sure we count every vote." Now, again, as Michelle mentioned, this race has not yet officially been called, but around 96% of all total precincts are reporting. Again, just 70,000 votes, less than 1% separate these two candidates. This is a race we will closely watch, and as we get more numbers, we'll let you know both on air and online at WTAE.com. Live in Mount Washington, I'm Lily Coleman, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Lily, we'll keep checking back with you. Now let's get to the 17th Congressional District in the U.S. House, which covers most of Allegheny and all of Beaver County.
Incumbent Democrat Chris Deluzio defeating Republican Rob Mercuri. Pittsburgh's Action News 4 reporter Carlos Flores is covering that race for us from Collier Township. Carlos.
That's right. Good morning. Now, Congressman Chris Deluzio addressed his supporters right here at the Carpenters Union Training Center after securing his second term in Congress and says he is ready to get back to work. Now, Deluzio defeating Republican challenger Rob Mercuri, earning himself 53% of the vote. Now, with another 2 years in office ahead, he says he wants to hit the ground running and continue to represent the people of Pennsylvania's 17th Congressional District.
We got to protect this country of ours. To me, that's about getting our rail safety legislation passed, continuing the work to bring down costs for folks, and then protecting freedom, whether it's reproductive rights or our democracy. They're all big fights we got to win.
Now, Deluzio wanted to thank all the union support he has received throughout his campaign and says he will continue to fight for the union way of life. But for now, reporting from the Carpenters Union Training Center, Carlos Flores, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Okay, Carlos, and as our morning rolls along, we're going to have more Commitment 2024 coverage throughout all 3 hours of this newscast. You can also get up to the minute results at WTAE.com and our WTAE app.